Motorbikes to help mountain biking. But why?
On two wheels responding to the ground.
For me, like just the speed aspect.
Having to concentrate the same as mountain bike.
All my skills came from.
I'm certainly not qualified to answer that question. However, I do have some contacts that can.
Yo, I'm Adam Brayton. I'm a professional downhill mountain biker and I'm a fit for racing athlete.
Why do the pros ride moto?
I've realised I need to do more.
Oh really? How come?
I just think the way downhill's going, you have to ride motocross basically. The tracks are so fast, so rough. You just got to do that bit more. And one good thing about moto, as dangerous as it is actually fun.
What do you reckon the most beneficial things for mountain bikers that they get from moto riding?
Obviously, the fatigue factor, I would say, is number one, because obviously moto's 10 times harder than downhill. And then, obviously, moving a bike around that's probably like 4 times the weight. Because, again, if you can move a moto about easy, then push bike's easy again. And then, probably for me, like just the speed aspect. You know, you obviously can go a lot faster, almost slows everything down when you're on the push bike. And then you could go down the Moto Enduro route, which might be, definitely more beneficial for Enduro mountain bikers. Most Enduros are like minimum 3 hours, I think, where a moto session is like 20 minutes. So obviously the intensities vary. I think as long as you're on a motorbike, it's fast and rough. You can't really go wrong.
Riding moto when you were younger, do you reckon that contributed to feeling traction more or like being comfortable?
Definitely for like comfort, because everything's so much scaled down on the push bike. So if you're a kid, yeah, it'd only be a 65cc, 80cc bike, but it's still heavier than a downhill bike. You're just building a massive foundation for your future, really.
I'm going to call Billy Bolt after this. He's just messaged to say he's free, because he did well at the Innerleithen e-bike race, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm sure times were wrong. Nah, he's unreal on a bike. He could probably be a pretty good downhiller, I reckon. Big heart, a lot of grit. That's sick. I'll let you call Billy then.
Nice.
Right.
All right. Cheers, brother.
Right, no problems. I'll see you in a bit.
Easy. See you later.
Take care. Bye.
How's it going, mate?
I'm good, thanks. To you?
Yeah, good. Obviously, you're handy on a motorbike. When did you start mountain biking?
So I rode like a trials bicycle pretty much every day of my childhood. As I got a bit older, I got given an e-bike from Husky when they first came out, which would have been, I don't know, like 2 years maybe before lockdown, and then I'd use it to like go and look at tracks at some races or whatever. Funny story about Billy at Erzberg. But then like whenever I would ride, it'd be like, wow, I feel dangerous on this, just because like I'd never really done it. And then lockdown came, so I was like, oh well, I might as well take this out. Just started riding it. After like a couple of weeks, got past the like feeling dangerous part. It kind of goes in phases really, because I'm kind of so here, there and everywhere, and also unintentionally but injured quite a lot. I don't really get the time to actually ride one as much as I would like, but whenever I do get windows of opportunity, I jump at the chance, because I do really enjoy it, to be fair. I generally think any kind of riding of a bike has benefits in a lot of ways. Certain things happen much faster on a mountain bike, more specifically to extreme and hard enduro, where we have a lot of descents and stuff like that. I think it does have some crossover in terms of just like your carrying of speed, but I just think in general, like spending time on two wheels, there's no kind of negatives to doing that.
I guess I'm exploring it quite a lot for mountain bikers that might want to get into moto.
The weight side of it, I'd say, has more benefit to them, really, being used to a bigger, heavier bike that, takes a little bit more force to move around.
Do you reckon there's anything that stands out that is transferable?
In terms of what I get from it is your line choice and opening up corners and stuff like that.
I don't think I saw anyone else use the wall as a berm in Innerleithen, and it was like a tight right corner.
Oh, yes, no, I do remember.
Yeah, you took off the wall. That's someone that's looking at things differently.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just in terms of my sport, I do that quite often anyway. I do have quite a unique perception of
what's
stuff.
Possible.
It also does work the other way. Like, there was definitely a few lines I tried which I was like, okay, that maybe doesn't quite work on a mountain bike, because that was literally the only mountain bike race I've ever done. Like,
and you won it, yeah.
So I really had no idea what to expect. I loved it, to be fair. I'd love to go and do more. I spent way too long of the last 3 years being injured, so it just hasn't really lined up. Downside, because a few of them have been mountain bike induced injuries, I'm going to lie.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
There's no point trying to hide it, but yeah, so I had to somewhat cone it in a little bit.
So do you find mountain biking kind of fills a training day?
Yeah, a few hours in, I'm like, no, I'm my back, I'm really triggering like the spots where I'd be triggering on like a super difficult day in like a Romaniac or a longer race where there's some pushing and shoving involved. But yeah, there's definitely been days that I've had and thought, that's been way more beneficial than I would have initially expected. It's only really helpful to the greater cause.
If a mountain biker was going to start moto, have you got any advice? Even some inspirational reasons to do it? Inspirational. Go on, Billy. Inspiration.
You're going to get uphills considerably easier. They're not going to... Their brain's not going to comprehend going up hills at such speed.
I want people to learn how to pedal better. That's my job. I'm going to delete that out.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a bit counterintuitive.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah. Mayweather with the defense, I don't care.
But I think that squeezing and holding on to 115, 120 kilogram bike at speed is also going to maybe trigger some new areas of strength needed, but I think it will also hit a lot of the same areas as well. You're standing up on two wheels, reacting to the ground, responding to the ground.
Framing that, like responding to the ground. I guess that's like a really good way to say it, isn't it?
And reading the terrain as well. I guess in they're going to have to read terrain kind of faster than what they used to. You know, because it's the throttle controlling how fast you arrive into a section.
Mega.
But I think it's gonna have some benefit. I'm quite sure. Every mountain biker that I ever see riding an enduro bike is puffing and panting, sweating, but I've got a smile on the face. So
you got any bikes going up for sale?
No, but to be fair, my mechanic has opened up an enduro experience.
Oh, the one in down Wales?
In Wales, yeah, which has got like 2 strokes, 4 strokes. So like, not to plug too hard, but if anyone does want to have a go, try before they buy. He's got full range of huskies, so you can look like me and we'll see what it's all about.
So that'd be a perfect spot to go.
Yeah.
If I'm not like fucking really shit.
Well, you can start you can start from a grass field and go to as hard as you want at somewhere like that. So
that sounds good to me. Mega, I appreciate that, Billy. Thanks. Take it easy, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Bye. Bye.
Hello, mate.
Yo.
All right, mate. Yeah, driving across France for the rest of the time. You all right?
Ah, looks good though.
Yeah, it's fine, isn't it?
Moto mountain bike crossover.
I mean, you definitely get a good perception for speed and things like that. And also, you could ride a motocross bike and put in huge amounts of time, you know what I mean? I think the strongest I ever was and the fittest I ever was when I was riding motocross 5 days a week, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, ultimately, you corner a motocross bike usually sat down, and I come from motorcycle trials, which I would say would have a bigger crossover to mountain biking downhill. Even though it's slow speed and slow, the bikes have got short travel.
Yeah.
You stand up and ride them. And obviously all that technique absolutely lends itself to downhill racing.
It's interesting there because you're the first person to say trials.
Yeah, that's right. You have to be really precise on a trials bike. Motocross bikes, they don't have tree roots, rocks really. But trials, you're stood up all the time. To me, that's where all my skills came from for mountain bike downhill. I had to work on jumping, and I'm still not the best jumper now, but every other aspect of my riding came from motorcycle trials.
A lot of people have said Moto Enduro would be the first place to go.
Well, that's right. I mean, you could argue that it's a cross between trials and motocross. It's sort of the middle ground, isn't it? But then, to me, on an enduro bike or a motocross bike, to lift the front, you're always probably going to clutch and grab a bit of throttle up. On a trials bike, still the technique is a lot more like a downhill bike. You know what I mean? It is. You still use the throttle in that, but it's a much lighter bike. But yeah, I would say that enduro is closer to downhill, isn't it? It's not just a sort of dirt track. It's got logs, roots, rocks, you fucking name it. So yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Have you had any experience of electric motorbikes?
Yeah, I broke my shoulder on one.
Oh, fuck. That's not a good start, mate. I don't
like
I was
them.
going to go first.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a fan of them because I broke my shoulder on them.
Right.
I like petrol. So I'm a traditional fucking full-on motorcyclist, Yeah, they got their place. The fact you can ride them anywhere and you probably do runs on them, right? And it's going to be better than not doing runs. Yeah. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's better than not riding a bike, even though it's not as good as riding a downhill bike. And the same's true probably about trials and motocross. It's cross-training, isn't it? Downhill's not that easy to do. You've got to fucking have a lift, a track, and in a day, 10 runs of 3 minutes, which is a lot, I'd say, or 4, that's 40 minutes riding. Trials bike, literally, even now I ride 3 hours twice a week. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm kind of looking at it like, if you wanted to get better at tennis, then you go play squash instead of football.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's similar. Make no mistake now, the high end of downhill, as you know better than I do, is so specific, and so's the training for it. I should imagine this crossover is less than it was 20 years ago, really. You know what I mean? But I would still argue that there's massive gains to be had by doing them. I get arm pump on a motocross bike. I could ride downhill for an hour and I ain't going to get arm pump.
And what would you say a mountain biker that wants to get into moto?
Think wisely about it, because when we went motocrossing with Bruni not that long ago, he'd already won like 3 of those world championships, and he was a novice on his motocross bike. I was surprised, actually. So he was all right, not a novice, but he wasn't brilliant. Made me think. I was like, well, yeah, fucking Bruni's pretty good at downhill, and he hasn't done a lot of motocross. This is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's expensive. It's really hard access. I don't know. I probably wouldn't bother, but you're talking to someone who broke 19 bones at it, so it's hard to do it now. It's just harder to do it. That's the problem with it. The electric bikes might come into their own there. To me, a lot of it is about the regularity of the riding, right? Time on bikes is time on bikes. Just get that time behind handlebars. It don't matter a fuck. I used to spend evening after evening. Mum and Dad, they've got a wall outside their house. It's about 2 foot tall. When I come in from school, I'd be out there for 2 or 3 hours on a cyclone bike trial bike. I used to try and hop up onto this wall and put the front wheel on, put the back wheel on. This fucking wall was my life for years. I was happy out there for hours every night, just fucking about, yeah.
Like Jordan basketball, Beckham kicking the balls.
Yeah, time. I think so.
Right, anyway, mate, I won't keep you any longer. I really appreciate the call.
No, it's pleasure. I'll catch up with you somewhere, boss.
Yeah, man. Cheers. Thanks a lot, mate.
Sick one, mate. See you in a bit. Tell her, bud. Bye.
Yo, Johnny.
How's it going, mate?
How are you? Yeah, good man. Just picked a bicycle up from a bike shop.
Right, you are a man of two-wheel talent. How much does moto help mountain biking?
The more of every bike you ride, it helps with every other discipline you do. I've noticed a lot, like, in the motorbiking from my downhill background, that I can carry speed compared to some of the moto guys. Like riding a motorbike downhill compared to a downhill bike, it pretty much directly crosses over.
How did you get into moto?
I just sort of had a motocross bike, rode it like not very often, and then just played around on pit bikes a lot of pit bikes for illegal riding, which was good. But yeah, moving to Greece, just man, the freedom here is incredible. So you can ride wherever you want. But yeah, endurance training, like you can go out and do huge days for base fitness, and you're just having a great time most of the time, I should put.
Would you say more fun, but fitness is an added bonus?
Yeah, oh man, you're getting fitter and stronger, like, the more you ride. Just spending, like, more time on the motorbike and getting used to that weight, definitely an advantage when you go back to the bicycle.
It seems to be more people pushing towards enduro.
But yeah, enduro is just sick, because if you've got, well, even if you don't have a license, and you can just ride from the door, like, I ride from the door, go trails, and then ride to a motocross track, go to a petrol station, go and do whatever you want. It's just freedom, isn't it?
Mega. Okay, I'll speak to you again soon, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Johnny, cheers for the call, mate. Take it easy.
All right, cheers. Ta-da.
All right, Johnny.
Yo, how's it going?
Not too bad, yo.
Yeah, good, thanks. When was the first time you rode a motorbike?
2021, properly.
Yeah.
2023, though, was when I really started riding motocross and enduro properly.
And what made you decide to do it?
Like, obviously, on the e-bike, you'd go out exploring in the woods. And then you're like, oh, if I had an enduro motor, I could explore way more. That's when I got my KTM, the enduro bike. I went and done a track there too. And then I was like, I could do it with a motocross bike as well. Yeah.
What parts of moto do you find help you riding?
The motocross track one of the days, like a few weeks ago. And all the 20-minute motors, my heart rate was like between 195 and 205 for 20 minutes. You're not going to get anything where you're going to be having to concentrate the same as a mountain bike with your heart rate that high.
Do you feel like there's a minimum skill level before you can get your heart rate to that high for 20 minutes?
Well, if there's tracks with big jumps and you're not able to hit them, you're kind of breaking the flow. While if you're hitting all the jumps, you're just constantly at the higher speed and everything's coming at you faster.
What's the start like on the motocross track?
Really good. Like, I've been all for promoting a start, only for the battery does not last long enough. But a start for mountain bikers with the back brake and the handlebars is really good.
There's good crossover to mountain biking?
I think so. You get arm pump, but I'm not 100% sure if it's the same kind of arm pump. I never really get arm pump on a mountain bike, so I don't know. And like a downhill track is never 20 minutes long, so your arms are never pumped up as it would be on a motocross bike. But yeah, physically demanding, like you're out of breath and everything, so.
That's probably enough, to be fair.
See you later, boss.
Bye-bye.
Johnny, mate.
You're all dark.
Yeah.
It's more about what you say than how good you look. What's your history of moto, and why have you picked it up again recently?
I started riding moto when I was real young. I never raced or anything, just rode in the book, and then got into it again just because I wanted something else to do for training, and it's fun as fuck.
How much do you ride moto?
Trying to ride once a week. My mate brings he's got an MX track, ride the stock and just do like a few 20-minute motos. Yeah, the stocks are hectic for mountain bikers. You just got the brakes up there. You don't need to worry about the clutch, gears, or the foot brake.
Yeah.
It's actually real mad. I've been going out to the boys lately, just up into the Waddington, doing a big enduro loop, which is fun.
Nice.
It's practically what we do on the mountain bike, but just uphill, flat. The bikes are heavy as, so when you get back onto the mountain bike, it feels like just a tiny bike you're throwing around. And then we do an enduro, we go for a 3-4 hour enduro, like it beats you up pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's the same with a 20-minute moto on the MX track, or like a sand track or something. Like it absolutely wrecks you, eh? It's like you don't think it'd be that physically demanding. It's like when you go to the pump track and you do a couple laps and you absolutely toast it, but it doesn't seem like it should. But yeah, the fact that it's fun and I enjoy it just makes it so much easier to do than, I don't know, whatever we do it all the time, like gym.
Zone training.
I've been doing it for too long too. I'm trying to mix it up in every way I can.
Do you find that familiarising yourself or being comfortable with speed on moto helps you be more comfortable when you're going as fast as you can on a mountain bike?
It definitely can't have a negative. Going pretty fast on a moto through trees.
Yeah, that's a good insight. Thank you.
No dramas, mate. See you later, bro.
Bye-bye. Yo, how's it going? Because you only just recently bought a bike, didn't you?
I mean, I had one as a kid and then bought one at like the end of COVID.
What made you buy one more recently then?
A lot of my friends ride them and it's like something different than mountain biking, but still like doing a lot of the same like movements, but in a completely different way. It's like super physical, especially on the like forearms and the grip strength. It's also way easier to do like long duration. Like you can just go for as long as you feel like before you stop. It's a bit more difficult to do that on like the mountain bike.
So would you say you primarily got it for physical benefits?
It wasn't that like I'm gonna buy this because it's gonna make me a better mountain biker. I'm gonna buy this because I just want to ride my dirt bike, and the fact that it can benefit me as a mountain biker is a bonus. You know, you get a 2-for-1 special there.
What would you say the biggest benefit of riding moto is for mountain bikers?
I really think it's the endurance you can get. You can just so easily do like a 10-minute moto or whatever and get like a real nice like endurance on your hands, upper body, everything. But then you like kind of need that. So like you might like try to do that in the gym, but like you don't get the like vibrations and stuff of like that you kind of need.
How many other mountain bike pros do you know that ride moto?
I'd have to think really hard, think of someone that doesn't have one. The next bike I buy, I'd like to think that it's going to be electric and I can just fuck the clutch. don't even have that on there. I don't like it. It just have the brakes like a mountain bike. I'm going to just, in my head, I'm going to just rip so much harder.
Mega. Okay, we'll leave it there. See you later.
Sounds good. See ya.
Now then, Johnny, you all right?
Yeah.
Hey, Rick.
He's Johnny.
Please tell me you know me.
Yeah, he just said he's Johnny ringing you. I was like, yeah.
Just the blank expression. I was like, oh no. I need to do more work. So you obviously rode moto for a long time.
Yeah.
Did much of your training, was that mountain biking?
To be honest, most of the time, when I wasn't riding the motorbike, then I was definitely mountain biking. But like these were flipping 26-inch wheels, steel frame, V-brakes if we were lucky, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So, I fast figured out the mountain biking for me was a much more use of time than going out for an hour on the motorbike, which took 2 hours to sort everything out afterwards.
Yeah.
The mountain bike was an hour's ride and it was 5 minutes cleanup.
So like a mountain biker that's considering moto,
What would your advice be?
When you say moto, is it motocross or is it
Well, do you know what?
traditional? Just go getting one and just having a laugh.
This video started because I fancied my hand at some motocross riding. But to be honest, I think as a mountain biker, and I want to be better at mountain biking, I think enduro is the way that I'll go eventually.
The biggest thing I would say is that with motocross, you're very restricted. When you buy that bike, you've got to go to a track. When you get an enduro bike, especially a 300 two-stroke, they are so versatile in what you can do, where you can go.
Brayton's riding his enduro bike on motocross tracks.
You've got to respect it. I'm interested to see how this unfolds and listen to the other riders' comments.
I was only going to call a couple and then have Billy Bolt on the phone. And
Funny story about Billy with the mountain bike. I took him to Erzberg. Obviously, we started using them as a tool for the prologue, and you're not really allowed up, but you're allowed up on mountain bikes. Me and Manny had just got to the bottom, and we looked back up just expecting Billy just to be cruising down behind us. It was like, are you lot mental?
Just let your brakes off the top. Go on, Billy.
My heart is pounding.
It's the same thing with a normal motorbike.
Is it?
Yay! It's easy.
I went out with him like a year or two later, different animal completely.
I know why he took up mountain biking now. It's because he was shit at it and he wanted to be better than you and Manny. That's the perfect motivation.
Well, he's definitely gone above and beyond me, for sure.
Mega. Right, Paul, thank you so much for your time. I know it's important with your kids. Thank them too.
Still going on.
No crashes yet. Tell them, shout, send it. Right, cheers, brother. I'll catch up with you again soon, eh?
No worries. Cheers.
All right, Jonny Walker, the original fit for racing athlete.
Hey, my name's Jonny Walker. I've been a professional enduro rider for 6 years now, and fitness is a massive part of it. So that's why I follow Fit for Racing.
The first one.
Hey, man, that was a long time ago. It was like 10 years, eh?
I was thinking about this yesterday, actually, because I remember coming with... Did I come with Adam first?
I think Brad came. I think it took a little while to convince Adam how much benefit riding moto to mountain biking.
Like, I was riding motorbikes from 4, but I was always riding mountain bikes, and that's all we did. Like, I'd ride motorbikes on the weekend, because obviously I lived next door to Adam. We'd ride every night, and we were just digging dirt jumps. So I rode way more mountain bikes than I did motorbikes, really.
Did you keep up with the mountain biking throughout your moto career?
I probably rode dirt jumps and that until I was like 16, 17. Then I probably didn't ride for 5, 6 years. I started again when I was like 20, 27. So because I was in Andorra, I just took it back up again.
Was it your vlog or Bruni's or someone? And they were like, well, take it, Tail. And it absolutely shredding down.
But you went so deep? No. But actually, you guys on the mountain bikes are so good.
Do some big whips, I'll follow you. Follow Cam.
Jonny Walker about to send the World Cup jump.
Yeah, boy!
Yeah, no, that was when the downhill was on. I ride with them like quite a lot. Greg Manata, he rides so good motorbikes. He did this jump, like I waited for him to do it first. He was the first one to send this a big road gap. It was like a 4th gear, 5th gear flat road gap. I feel like they're dead good at judging distances.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't ride. Like, that's what I struggled with when I rode the hardline video, was judging the gaps.
You can feel the ground shake when he lands.
Obviously, we can usually see our landings. When you ride downhill, you don't. You just take off, don't you? Like, 4th gear revs in quarter throttle to 4th gear revving at half throttle is like a massive difference, especially when you're downhill rolling. Them boys can kind of let off the brakes and then they can't do anything else. They kind of roll and pump, whereas there's so much more can go wrong on a motorbike.
Yeah.
The very bottom section where everyone was like, you'll be able to go really fast. It was like an off camber right near the bottom.
Right.
And there was loads of tree routes across, and the mountain bikes just go across these routes so easy. I struggle like mad at, because we have to hit routes square on. Like, you can't hit them on an angle because you'll lose the front or the rear. Our suspension's too stiff
and the bike's a lot heavier.
So do you find then when you're doing jumps on a mountain bike versus a motorbike, there's a lot of difference?
No, not really. Body position, I feel like you kind of set on the bike, you know what I mean? I don't really know. You just do it, you know what I mean? I ride so much on motorbikes through the week that you get on to a mountain bike and you feel dead good because the bike is so light. You learn how to pump and carry speed, which obviously transfers on downhill, but also transfers onto moto as well. I honestly feel like if you had a year off riding motorbikes and you just rode downhill on mountain bikes, you'd come back and you wouldn't really lose much, but you've still been riding a bike, so I feel like your balance and your skills would still be there.
Motocross seems like the natural way to go, but the majority are saying enduro.
Motocross is good for like your initial speed, so you're only doing a 2-minute lap, whereas if you're doing enduro, you could be on a 30-minute lap. So if you get one section wrong, you've got like another 30-minute bit until you get back to that one section.
Triumph for putting out some mega motorbikes.
Yeah, mate. Just the whole brand of Triumph itself is sick. You need to, if you can, go down. They've got a museum in the factory.
Have they?
They've even got Steve McQueen's bike that he jumped. That sealed the deal for me. I went there and I sat on Steve McQueen's bike and I was like, yeah, I'm signed.
Did you have a fag in your mouth, though?
Nah, I should do, shouldn't I, really?
I want you to ride it in eco mode.
I'm going to be like 25% better than I was before today. It's a 40.